This is Sopranos season 6, episode 9, titled "The Ride." Because the ride is the metaphor for the whole carnival festival that they're doing in the episode. This is very much Christopher's episode. So in episode 8 is very much AJ's episode, Tony's real life son, and then episode 9 is very much the mafia Christopher episode. So Tony's real life son. Mafioso son Christopher, and Christopher kind of like trying to be, a man again, and like he gets married and like he gets engaged, but it's also the ride of where Tony and Christopher go on like a ride to go pick up something in Pennsylvania, and they actually do like a little heist, and they hold up some bikers in like old school style, and it's about Tony kind of figuring out what his boredom, like his constant boredom, and it's a very common theme, especially in season 2, where Tony needs to be excited, and even though he came out of his coma, like him and Christopher doing this old school stuff, and like kind of like they need to tell old stories. That's what their thing, and I'm guilty of that too. Where you kind of like in the past, at least, where you get yourself in shenanigans because you have stories to tell, and that's sort of what him and Christopher do. And it's like how Tony's the worst enabler to Christopher, and Christopher's trying to stay clean and like gives him a glass of wine, and of course that glass of wine puts Christopher on a very gets into drugs, and he goes on this like tirade because he's trying to figure out who he is, and now he's married and all that kind of stuff. So, and then also too, you get Paulie kind of reuniting, going through his cancer stuff and reuniting with his ma, which is very much like his wife in a lot of ways, and kind of Paulie kind of like realizing that he can't be alone, and that's what Christopher is trying to realize too, because Christopher is very much alone, and he's got, even though he just got married, and he's got Tony, and he's got a job, whatever like that, he's alone, and that's why he goes back to drugs, because he can't really be himself, which is another theme of season 6. That's my review of The Ride.